Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Cookies. I'm Lindsay, one of your hosts today. And today's a Monday. Thank God it's a Monday because I need to restart my week. How about y'all? Are y'all ready for Monday? I am. Anyway, I'm Lindsay and Nick is my co-host. He's busy doing tech stuff at the moment, so I'm going to keep talking.
There you go. Keep going. Keep going with it. Keep going with it. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's being slow. Technology is great. Here we go. Ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to move a little camera action right there. Technology is great, but it's not perfect. And it's so funny because people who are not in IT, people who are not nerds, they think like it just magically happens and it's always going to be perfect. And here we go. Right. The person who is not at IT in my family is my wife. And
what?
Yes, Amber does not do the IT thing, and she's told me multiple times she's so glad that she married me because technology just does not work for her the way it works for me, and I'm happy about that.
You have to scare it sometimes. You have to scare the technology, and there's times where, as when I was a teacher, kids would be like, "Miss Smith, I need help with this. It's not doing whatever," and I would just walk over and be like, "Show me," and it would do it perfectly. It was just the intimidation that the technology knew I knew what to do to fix it. So it was like, oh, she's here. I'm going to work.
There you go. Right.
And it happens with Nick too.
It
He'll walk
all
over
the
to
time
my
with
computer
me.
of like, my computer's not working. And Nick's like, show me. And it'll work. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you just need to get that intimidation.
It will work. It will work. So good morning, everyone. It is Monday. And after this weekend, which was just jam-packed with family time and time at church, I spent almost all day Saturday at church and almost all day Sunday at church. And the time I wasn't spending there at church, I was spending a lot of time with my girls, just playing with them. We got into massive wrestling matches. We cleared out our living room because the holidays are over. So all the little things that were decor that was up all got moved. And the girls got these massive beanbag chairs. They're called Big Joe chairs, and I'll make sure to put that into the comments. But we were throwing them at each other.
Oh my gosh!
And they're so light that even London's like, "What? You hit me with that? Come on, I got this. I got this." All right, let's do a little split screen. So, hey, good morning, parents. Thank you guys for tuning in today. If you're single, you're gonna get a little parent stuff today. And
a little personal development.
There's gonna be a lot of personal development stuff today.
Yeah.
And Lindsay, do you want to share with the audience why?
No,
it's okay. It's okay. So I have this thing where I'm really good at reading people.
and there's some people like me that are really bad at hiding things on their face. Like we don't have poker faces ever.
So with that comes a little bit of okay, I know there's something wrong. And before we get this day started, to make sure that we can start this day in sync and moving forward. And when you own a small business and you have your business partner and you have a couple other individuals working for you, if one person's out of sync, you can feel it, especially if your name is Nick. Okay? and I'm not the kind of person to be like,
And
hey,
Lindsay. It goes both ways, Nick.
Sometimes.
No, it does.
And I'm not that kind of person that's going to be like, hey, I know there's something wrong. I'm just going to sweep it under the rug. And here's why, especially if you're a small business owner. When you allow that to happen, you're not addressing the situation. I understand it might be personal, okay? It might not be work related, but if you can help your teammate, if you can help your team member get through that, then you can start the work. You can start the direction of the work on the right foot and things will get done, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to remedy it, right? I'm not saying you have to be a problem solver, but if you can let them talk and just kind of get that emotion out, then magically can start in the right direction, right? And unfortunately, well, fortunate but unfortunate, Lindsay works with me, and I'm one of those people like, I know there's something wrong. We're going to sit here.
And he's just going to stare at me until you
talk about it. Until you talk about it. Because guess what? I'm a positive person, but I need positive too. Okay? I need positive too. And I need...
It's not like it's a negative thing. Like I'm working through things internally. And when I'm doing that, I'm not my, normal...
No, you're not.
Going self.
You're
I'm
not.
Just internally, my internals are focusing. I'm focusing on my internals and can't focus on Nick. And that's the real problem here is that I'm not allowed to. It's not all about
Is that where we're
Nick.
going? Oh,
yes,
wow.
that's what it is.
Okay. All right. So I got permission from her to bring this up. Okay. So Lindsay has been trying to figure out where she wants to serve in church, right? You served on the VIP. You're serving kids.
2 years ago, when this whole pandemic, whatever you want to call it, started, they shut the cafe down. That's where I was serving. I was actually leading in the cafe.
She was in her groove at the cafe.
I loved the cafe.
The best part was she was my friend, so I would have to. All I had to do was walk up, and it was already made because she knew my order.
I might have done that for a few people.
Still made me feel special.
It was just, I loved it. I loved my team. I loved being in that atmosphere. I loved being able to serve that way. Like that's just it goes back to I've been in food, like serving people, waitressing since I was 14. Like it's just part of who I am underneath because my mother grew up that way. Like she served. So it was just how she raised me. Like, I would, when they had friends come over, it would be, okay, Lindsay's going to play server and she's going to take care of the friends of like, oh, can we get you a drink? And can I do this? And like, that was fun. Like she made it a game. So that's, anyway. So the cafe got shut down and for a long time, we didn't know if it was coming back.
We didn't
know. We heard all these rumors of they're not bringing it back. It's too much, like all these different things. So I just waited. I waited. I wasn't serving. I was kind of in my own, hiatus. Not hiatus, just sabbatical.
There you go. Serving sabbatical.
And then meeting people. Nobody had asked me to join their team. I didn't feel that like push of I need to join a team at all. And then somebody was like, hey, will you come be on my team? And I said, yes.
And that individual has become a great friend.
Yes. And it's been good. It's got me out of my shell. It's pushed me out of my comfort zone. Because it's not a place that I would have chosen to serve.
Correct.
And then there was another person that asked, and they're like, hey, we need more help here. And I'm like, well, I don't think the cafe's coming back. It's been 2 years since they shut it down. I'll go, and I have background, so I'll go serve there.
There you go.
Yeah. And now I'm like, and okay, so now they said they're bringing the cafe back.
They said, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this, right?
There's so many people that are so excited about this.
So excited.
And now I'm like, well, I'm already serving on 2 teams, and that's where my heart is. Like the cafe was my heart.
And well, hold on. So you went to the cafe meeting.
The
interest meeting.
Let's get more information.
Correct. That was led by Sheila Kraft, right?
Yep.
Pastor Sheila. And you immediately got asked to be.
They asked if any of us were in leadership, if we wanted to be in leadership again, to kind of help segue and lead this new adventure.
Correct.
And Dustin and I both looked, because we served there together. We were serving there together, and Dustin's like, well, I want to serve with you wherever that is. So he wants to come back to the cafe as well.
Oh, I did not know that detail.
Yeah,
see?
Yeah, so
this is why we talk about it with everyone on the internet, because we love y'all.
Yes, family.
Right? Family of choice, family of digital choice. It's okay. You want to
digital family of choice.
Ooh, DFOC. I just had a T-shirt like pop in my head. Okay, keep going with your story though.
So I want to go back to the cafe. They're simplifying things. It's going to be better. I'm so excited. And what?
No, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Where do I go? Like share everything?
So. Here, I'll help it. So Lindsay comes in and she sits down at her desk, and I can just tell there's conflict. There's conflict, right? And whether she wants to admit it or not, I know these things. Ooh, just as I break my microphone. I'm going to hold my microphone from now on because it just came off the stand. Okay. Segue.
We need to get you a fidgeter.
No, we don't. It's time to upgrade our tech. So the.
Do you want me to fix it?
No. I'm just going to hold it.
All right.
So she comes in, she sits down, and I'm like, okay, there's something wrong. Mm-hmm. And I finally wait, and she finally starts telling me that there's a little bit of conflict, right? Mm-hmm. Because Lindsay mm-hmm. has said yes to these two other teams, right? And now the area that she feels called to lead, mm-hmm. there's now an opportunity, but there's
I like being a person of my word. Like, that is something that in my past, I people that just don't do what they say they're gonna do, that just drives me crazy. Just tell me that you don't want to do it or that you're not going to do it instead mm-hmm. of giving this false expectation that it's going to get done. So that's something in my life that is very important to me, is to be a person of integrity and doing what I say I'm going to do.
So there's that point. And what's the second point?
I don't know. What is the second point?
The easy path.
Oh.
And we don't need to name names. Just there's a part of you
yes.
that during growing up.
Mm-hmm. So, and I thought of another way I could relate this. So I am drawn to, like, I love movies. I love watching movies. And some of my favorite movies are when the main character is coming up against this adversary and it's tough and it's hard. And there's this easy way out and there's this hard way out. And it's not like a hard way, but it's not the path of least resistance. Like, there's opportunity where these people can just walk away and life would be fine. But it wouldn't be a movie if they did that. So
sure.
But I love movies like that where the main character is like, no, I'm going to grow myself. I'm going to do this because I care about whatever. And it's challenging. It's not easy. It's a path that makes them grow as a person and develops. And I love mm-hmm. that. And I relate to that of, I don't want to take the easy way out. I don't want to just kind of make it through life. I want to grow and I want to be a better person than I was yesterday. And how do you do that if you're just taking the path of least resistance? If you're, choosing to sit around and not do what you need to be doing, like working out. That's been a huge thing in my life of like, my body does not like to work out. Not because I don't like working out, but because when I start working out, I get hurt.
Right.
So I need to come up with a different way of working out for me. But choosing to just not work out is the path of least resistance that I can't do anymore. I need to, and that's just me of like, I get down on myself when I know I've taken that path of least resistance.
So let's go down to the direction of the spiritual pull.
I'm going to need more than that.
Okay. You said,
I did say, so when I came in here and I told Nick about what was going on, my conflict, mm-hmm. I was like, am I feeling this way because the devil doesn't want me there? Because I'm going to make an impact where I'm at. So he's trying to give me he's giving me this conflict of to make me want to leave, to make me want to not do it, or to change my mind in where I should be. And that's where I get this does the devil not want me there? Am I going to make an impact that's going to make him even more upset and going to disrupt his plans? Because that's what I want to do. And Nick was like, it's interesting that you thought that instead of saying, what'd you say?
Okay, so let's go and preface this, okay? We're not telling you how to think as the audience.
No.
We're telling you this is a discussion between two individuals, okay? And you as the audience, you in your world need to figure out how you're going to think moving forward, okay? So you're going to see two sides of a coin, basically, and two different points of view, and you need to figure out which point of view that you resonate the most with, that's going to help you move you forward to succeed. Okay, now here we go, right? Lindsay's was, how is the devil putting these barriers up to stop me from impacting someone's life
in a positive way.
Okay.
Right.
So, and then in Nick's world, I see that, maybe God is putting some stop signs up saying, hey, that's great. You got the experience I needed you to get. Now I'm going to put these stop signs up so you will pivot and go be the leader in the cafe that I need you to be in, because that's where you're going to hit your flow. Right? That's where you become the best conduit. I'm almost done. Again, two sides of the coin, right? This is where you're going to be the best conduit, because this is where your best positive starts to shine. Go ahead.
That, I was just going to say, that really hit me when you said that, of we are a pass through of God's love. And if you are struggling being a pass through of God's love in a certain area, maybe that's not where you're supposed to be.
Correct.
And that really hit me, of like, oh wow, it was so easy for me to love on people in the cafe, where it was just like, oh yes, absolutely, how can I help you, and blah blah blah. And in these other areas, it's been like, it's not a,
it's stressful.
It's not a flow through. This is easy.
Okay.
Like, just, it drains me. It's a struggle, not like a struggle, but it's an internal struggle. It's a choice every time I interact of, are you going to go this way? Or are you going to go this way? So it's not just, this is who I am. This is how I flow. This is how I work or think or whatever. But, and that's where I'm like, is this where I need to be stretched? Because it's not a simple flow for me.
Correct.
Because I've been serving in the cafe kind of areas since I was 14. And that's more than double of that time. So it's just, is it comfortable for me? Because to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone.
And so here we go, right? So you're seeing two sides to think about this, right? One. Two, you as the audience, okay, and you in your own life, you have to learn, and this is why you need to have conversations with people, so you can start to figure out, is this a barrier that God has put up? Is this a stop sign that God has put up? Or is this a barrier or stop sign that the devil's put up? Right? Because here we go, right? Yes, you could serve in these other ministries, and this is Nick's point of view, right? And maybe you'll never hit your flow, and maybe you'll never be the best conduit, because there's always that little bit of rub, right? Or maybe that's the rub that you need to work through to grow,
right?
But I also know this: when you were leading in the cafe, your team was on point. It was a very positive experience. Okay, there was always a sense of not just professionalism, but the sense of positive that was in there. Okay, so and Pastor Keith talked about it this weekend. You need to get unstuck.
Right.
And you need to get unstuck by not taking the easy route. You need to figure out what your greatness is, where your positive flows, and that's where you need to be serving.
Right.
Okay. So again, I bring this up to you as in, is this a barrier that the devil's put up, or is this God putting up a barrier because he's trying to get you back on the right course?
Right.
Right. Now, Lindsay.
Nick.
I firmly believe, and everyone's like, why is Nick holding the microphone? I totally, if you're just now tuning in, I popped my mic off my mount. I'm holding it. So, cause
he was playing around with this adjustment. Like
I was. I should have loosened it before I did that. Right. So I'm doing it the hard way. Lindsay asked to come fix it, and I told her no. There's a point where you need to make sure that you are within your positive. Okay. Now, man, I went onto the microphone and I lost my train of thought. So I'm just going to go to my next train of thought. Okay.
Yes.
So something else that Pastor Keith talked about over this weekend was dysfunction and greatness. And he talked about how in households, okay, there is so much dysfunction and weirdness that when you get into a house like Elevate Life Church, when you get around people that are Elevate Life Church and you see function and you see greatness, it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Okay? Because you're so used to seeing the other. So if you have been to Elevate Life and you're like, man, why does everything just seem to have this flow to it? This feels weird. That's perfect. That's how you know where you need to be. Okay? Number 2.
That was loud.
Oh, that was really loud. No, I don't. No, it's okay.
Yes,
it's okay. It's
because
okay.
I can hear your yes.
All right, so here we go. Okay. Number 2. She told me I need to focus the camera on myself. Oh, because she's trying to come over to fix my microphone. You're so sweet. Okay. Number 2. You need to make sure, if you have not grown up with a strong family voice in your household, you may have a problem at our church. And it's funny because when Pastor Keith said this, I think about some of the individuals that I've invited to church and they've after church, they're like, oh my goodness, Pastor Keith is just too intense. He's too positive. He's just too much energy. And I never understood why till Pastor Keith said this. I gotta adjust. There we go. You know what? I'm actually gonna loosen this. There we go. Okay. And it's interesting because now that he said that, I can see where some of these individuals are coming in and they're going, man, this is just too much. And that's because when I look at their families, I'm like, oh, well, you don't have that positive voice in your life. You don't have that strong voice in your life. Therefore, when you get into the presence of positive, when you get into the presence of strength, you go, this isn't for me. I need to walk away. And what you're doing is you're leaving the room instead of leveling yourself up, and you're missing out. You're missing out on greatness because you feel intimidated. And you'll get people that go, oh, Pastor Keith needs to tone it down. The people that he hangs around needs to tone it down. No, you need to level your energy up. You need to become a positive force. You need to stop letting these people pull you down, and you need to level up. You need to become these positive forces. And here's why. This world right now needs more positive. This world right now needs more energy. This world right now needs more leaders to continue to grow others. I firmly believe that a lot of the issues that are currently going on in this world are because men and women are not stepping up into their leadership, are not stepping up into their positive. They're being too busy being beaten down, and they're saying, oh my goodness, help me. You want help? Go to Elevate Life Church. You want help? Get involved in men's ministry. You want help? Get in your flow and start elevating people with you. Start bringing up people with you. Okay. But in order to do that, you have to get in your positive. You have to get in your flow. You have to start developing yourself, whether it's reading, whether it's going to church, whether it's just surrounding yourself with men or women that are positively have your best interest at heart so you can grow. And I need you to grow. Pastor Keith needs you to grow. The people that are within your sphere of influence, family and friends, need you to grow because we need that positive. We need that energy. We need you to be great.
God needs you to grow. That's what Gary said.
And I'm done.
Gary said, the devil wants normal. That's what he likes.
Oh, right.
The devil likes you to be normal.
Right.
Yep. Go ahead.
Forget normal. Maybe that's because I remember going to church, and the first time I saw Pastor Keith, I was like, how do I get closer to him? Mm-hmm. How do I get closer to that greatness?
Yep.
How do I get more involved with men that want that not just want the best for me, that want the best for themselves, that want the best for their families, that want the best for their spouses? And you want to know what's interesting? And oh man, here we go. You ready for this? This is what I learned over the holidays. Men that don't want to be great, people that don't want to be great, don't want to go to Elevate Life Church. If you want to be great, you are going to Elevate Life Church. You are trying to get as plugged in as possible. You're trying to get your sphere of influence involved there because you want to be great. And that is why when you walk through the hallways of Elevate Life Church, you meet so many business owners, you meet so many leaders, okay? You meet people who are W-2 employees, but they're striving to be the best W-2 employees they can be. They're striving to be management positions, VP, director, president, CEO. They're moving forward. And here we go, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're an employee, okay, you're trying to pull people up with you. It is very hard to walk through Elevate Life Church and not see someone with a smile on, not handshake someone, not see a hug. And if you're new, there's a team called VIP and they'll get you plugged in, right? But here is where greatness starts, okay? Pastor Keith talked about this. He talked about, you need to know who you are, develop who you are, so you can deploy your greatness.
Right.
And that's what his goal is. That's what he's trying to do. The issue that we have here is people get so, oh my goodness, this is too much positive, this is too much energy. Great. You want to know what? Instead of capping yourself off, hold on, I'm almost done. Instead of capping yourself off, open up. Okay? Maybe you're not ready to sit on the third row with Nick. Okay, if I could sit on the first row, I would. All right? Maybe you just need to sit in the back just so you can start to open up that valve, open up your heart, open up your mind, go, okay, there's a lot of energy. I feel it. I'm going to sit in the back and then I'm going to start working your way up. Working your way up. And do you want to know where this idea came from? Amber. Amber's not me. Okay, I am high energy. If you don't know that, I am high energy.
Thank God Amber's not you, because your household would that would be
Amber is my balance, right?
She's the sweet to your sour.
She is. So when we first started Elevate Life Church, she was like, whoa, Pastor Keith, holy energy. Yes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I love it. She's like, pause, hold on. All right, so we started. What I'm telling you, what I'm advising you to do is exactly what we did. We started in the back a little bit. And then Amber got involved in the music. So we go to church early. Amber loves the music. I'm more focused on the sermon. Okay. And as she's got involved with the music, okay, hey, let's get a little bit closer. And now we show up early because we want to sit, not I anymore. It's now we want to sit, right? I got my business, my life partner, right? I got my life partner come with me. I let the integrator come out, right? And I gently, because visionary, second row, now. Nope. Integrator, nope, let's ease into this, right? And now we show up early and we sit on the second or third row. Why? Because here we go. When you figure out the greatness that you get to be around, you want to be part of it. When you figure out the greatness you want to be around, you get close to it. Last night there was Strike Force, right? So let's talk about greatness again. After second service, there was like 30 mighty men that showed up to help set up for Strike Force. Yep. It got done so fast. Pastor Jeremy was like, he looked around, he looked at the time, and he was like, how did this happen so fast? Why? Because you had 30 men who gave a little bit of their time and showed their greatness and built that set for Strike Force. And then he was like, hey, I need 8 people to kind of work on the details. Angelina's here. That's who you saw me wave at. Oh. Angelina can come in. She's the boss. If you don't know that, she is the boss. Okay. And what happened was the greatness that happened. It happened so quickly that we all still got to go home and spend some time with our families before showing up again early to help serve during the Strike Force. And if you missed out on Strike Force last night, you better go watch it, because these men are breaking bricks. There's fire. Pastor Jay's like all over. Pastor Keith breaks some handcuffs. And here we go, right? Here's how you know it's not fake. When it doesn't always work. When Pastor Josh goes to break his first set and not every brick cracks, and you're like, oh, that's real. Oh, these are not staged bricks. No, you watch it happen, and you watch some of these guys, and it was very interesting because you watch guys that they excelled in this area doing this task, and they struggled with this task, and you could see the different dynamics.
I actually didn't go, but my kids and my husband went.
Yes, they did.
Yes. I went grocery shopping instead, so
you needed some Lindsay time. I get it.
Did they rip the phone books? Do they even have phone books?
So they actually had phone books, and Pastor Keith, I think he ripped 6 of them. The last one he ripped like 2 or 3 times, just to prove a point.
That's crazy. And then they like blow up something, and they're
like,
it.
Yes,
but they're like industrial strength.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Go watch
it. You want to know? If they've already published it, I'll make sure to put it in the comments. Okay.
Mm-hmm. If not, it's on their Facebook page,
which I will then put in the comments. So here we go. We need to turn this off. We need to get to work.
Time frame.
Right?
Yep.
Right? See, I would live on camera. Not really. You don't want to see my life on camera. That'd be really crazy. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about you as the audience, okay? It's Monday. Mm-hmm. What are your big 3?
Yep.
Okay. I'm actually thinking about starting a Facebook group, not a page, Facebook group called the Big 3. And all this is my thought on this is all I want you to do is share the big 3 projects or the big 3 tasks that you need to get done for the week. Mm-hmm. And here we go. So here's my thought. And if you guys would want to join a group like this, it'd be an online accountability group, right? It's complete on trust. No one's double checking your work, but some of these go, hey, I did it, right? And I want to share it with my group, with people who want my excellence, who people want to see me succeed, right? And what I'm thinking is you share your big 3, and if you accomplish your big 3, I want you to share with me what your reward is. Okay? Maybe it's getting ice cream, which if you're doing SoulCon, you're not eating ice cream. Okay, but maybe it's going, and maybe you're going to take like a 1-hour nap. Right?
Ooh,
maybe
that's a great reward.
Maybe you're going to get your kids out of school early and take them to the park, right? But what would be your reward for getting your big 3 done? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about starting this group, and it would be like everyone logs in on Monday, everyone shares their big 3
for the week.
Okay. And then no one's allowed to log in till Friday. And then share whether or not they met or did not meet their goal. Huh. Now, here we go, right? If you met your goal, what helped you accomplish your goal? Mm-hmm. Like, what was the lesson that you learned? If you did not meet your goal, what did you learn?
Right.
Right? Did you set your expectation too high? Was it too large? Was your time management off? Mm-hmm. Right? So it's an idea right now, the big 3. I'm really liking the idea, but Lord knows I have like 500 ideas a day. So this is one I'm going to sleep on. There's a reason why I'm a visionary, right? So this is what I'm going to sleep on for a little bit. If you think it's a great idea and you're like, yes, Nick, and I want to be part of that, then please let me know in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. But hey, it's Monday. Get your big 3 down, okay? Plan your week. Get in your calendar. Block off some focus time.
Yes.
Okay? Whether it's focus time to read the Bible or it's focus time to work. Focus time where you're turning off your phone. You're turning off your email. You dive in and get the projects done. Mm-hmm. Write it down. Figure out your focus time. And above all, hey, it's the first full work week. Guess what? Next week is already another 4-day work week.
Gosh,
because
crazy.
There's a holiday. Okay, so this is your one full week for the first year for 2022. Crush it this week. Okay, make sure to get it done. Get your plan. Get it done. Know that if you're in the comments, we love you. We pray for you. Know that if you like it, we love you. We pray for you. Okay, we are taking this show. This show's starting to go onto YouTube. We're talking to LinkedIn. We're talking to Twitter. This is going to grow. Okay, if you want to be a guest, you need to message me. Mm-hmm. Okay, because we're going to start really start planning out February, March, and April with some guests in here. Why? Because we need greatness, and the best way to be great is to surround yourself with greatness.
Yep.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you drink some coffee with us. Maybe you ate a cookie. I still want a cookie right now, and I'm not allowed to have one.
I cleaned out my house of cookies.
Oh, you did?
Cleaned it out. Mm-hmm.
I asked Amber if I was like, hey, before I start SoulCon, can you please make a cake? She said no.
Because you were going to eat it in one day. I was
going to eat the whole cake. It would have been amazing. I'd feel so sick.
Oh, my goodness.
So, hey, everyone, just bring your greatness today. The people around you need it, okay? If you have some great stories, share them with us. We want to hear about them. All right? If you like my idea of the Big 3 group, you let me know.
Gary likes it.
Oh, Of course Gary likes it. I love Gary. Gary's so positive.
Yes.
My dad had a cup of tea because he doesn't drink coffee.
I love you,
greatness.
Steve.
So, hey, everyone, bring your greatness today. And above all, make sure you
rise up
and then crush it. Bye y'all.